Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today let's answer all of the questions you left for me for my Q&A. If you want to leave any questions for a Q&A, I will post them on my Instagram. If you follow me over there, you can reply to the box in the stories, and also I will post them on my community post on YouTube, but you need to be subscribed to my channel to be able to see that. And then when it comes up, you can just leave a question in the comment box. I haven't read these, I haven't prepared these. I'm going to answer them completely just by gut and by reaction and give you my honest initial reaction to each of your questions. So let's get started. Going to Paris for Christmas, do I buy a bag or jewellery piece? Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so behind in getting this done. My family, my husband and my youngest were sick all of Christmas, and it definitely took a lot of our schedule and threw it out the window basically, but that is family life. For me, if I was going to Paris, generally I have bought bags when I go to Paris, although when we were there in October for our anniversary, we did get the Fred Force 10 for our 10-year anniversary, and I love that. I have always been predominantly a handbag lover, although I have to say I'm getting more and more into jewellery. I do have the Cartier Juste un Clou half diamond bracelet on my long-term wish list. I'm sure there's going to be more fine jewellery that sneaks onto my wish list. So when you're in Paris, I think a jewellery piece would be very sentimental, and I'm a sentimental shopper. I think that would be stunning. But likewise, they do have the flagship stores for so many of the luxury designer houses. So you're going to get hopefully great bag choices that you might not get anywhere else. Although Paris isn't always, I think, what people hope it can be. I certainly went to Paris the first time thinking it was going to be revolutionary. I thought that the stores were going to have everything. I thought there was going to be so many unique pieces you don't normally see, pieces that are just not in general store, and that wasn't the case. A lot of it was what you were seeing in the stores. So I suppose it depends on what you see when you get there, and for me, having bought both, each of them have very special memories attached to them. What did the boys ask for from Santa? Quite a lot, actually, for the oldest, not so much for the youngest. The youngest is still in a very young age, which was great and just very fun. He asked for the Mighty Pop Star from Paw Patrol. He asked for the Teletubby Toy Nunu, and he asked for a pizza cart, and he has been making us all pizza all Christmas. He already has the ice cream one, which he loves, and he will make you ice cream a lot and you have to eat it and then give it back, and he does it all again, so that has provided a lot of fun for him. The oldest asked for Fortnite Lego, which was stressful for Santa, and he asked for a bowling arcade, which the both of them have been playing with and was a huge amount of fun. He also asked for a new tablet because his daddy had an accident with his tablet and that got a smashed screen. So I think really his daddy should have been getting that rather than Santa, but they had a ball. The boys had a ball over Christmas. They got to see their cousins. They had so much fun. We were off, so we got so much time to play with them. We've all played the bowling alley. We've ate lots of the pizza that my youngest has been making. We've played with the Play-Doh. We have played with the jigsaw. My husband's helped them build Lego. It's been very family time, and it's been amazing. Did you see Dale when she was in Europe? No, I did not, and this is a huge regret of mine, although I say regret, but there was nothing I could do about it. I obviously live in Ireland and Dale was in Paris. During the time that Dale was in Paris, in my work, in my professional life, there are certain times that certain things will be going on and I just can't leave. And while Dale was in Paris, that was one of those times, and it was running it ran for 3.5 weeks, so far eclipsed the time that Dale was there. During that time, I work crazy hours. I work late every single night, and I work the weekend. I was in the office probably to midnight most nights, and then obviously trying to see the boys and juggle that the nights that I wasn't, and then I worked all weekend as well. So just the timing didn't work. The time that Dale was there, I just simply couldn't leave. And because I'm in Ireland and not in London, say, if I was in London, I maybe could have jumped on the Eurostar for a day there and back. Even that, to be honest with you, is with what was going on in work, may not have been possible, but it would have been more possible than where I am in Ireland, flying over and staying and coming back. Unfortunately, I just couldn't do it because of the timing, but it sucks because obviously she's normally in Australia. She was in Paris, which is 2.5 hours away on the plane. It just, the timing didn't work, and I'm a little bit gutted about that. What is going to be your holiday bag? The bag that I used on Christmas Day was the Purple Rain Fendi Baguette, the sequins Fendi Baguette, which incidentally is called the Deal bag around here. When I was out with my work for a night out, I used the Monogram Petite Mal. Then my husband and my youngest got very sick. So a lot of our Christmas plans to be out were cancelled. a lot of my night out with my friends was cancelled, my night out with my husband was cancelled, my husband's night out with his friends was cancelled. Over Christmas to New Year, a lot of what was planned then was cancelled. Activities with the boys were cancelled because they were both so sick. So that cut down the amount of bags that got used over Christmas, but those two did get an outing, and at least they got to go and sparkle in the Christmas lights. What is your favourite going away place? For me, I love the water. I love the Maldives. I was in the Maldives last January and I'm being very ungrateful and a little bit of a spoiled brat, and I'm very sad that I'm not in the Maldives this January. I just love it. Being in the water, the beach, into the sea, in the water constantly all day. When we were in the Maldives, it was my oldest best friend and I. We've been friends for 40 years. We didn't basically wear shoes the whole time we were there. We just were walking around barefoot on the sand, in the water, swimming there was reef sharks, and it was just amazing. And they had a good nightlife as well. That sort of island life is my ideal. Now it needs to be very warm like that, so Ireland, not the same, but tropical island that is literally all a beach with the palm trees everywhere, the sea all around it, the beautiful, beautiful ocean. That's my dream. So that is my favourite type of place. My husband finds it probably a little boring, but for me, that island life that is for me pure joy and happiness. What kind of Christmas presents do you and your husband normally get, and close friends? Well, because I was so late getting this filmed, you've already seen my what I got for Christmas video. So he got me Chanel earrings, which I obviously had input into. He gets me a lot of little thoughtful, sweet things as well, and they're around the house. And he also got me tickets to Teddy Swims and Rag and Bone Man, both of whom I love and adore. I'm so excited for that. We also got tickets to a United match, but we're playing so badly, I'm a bit scared to go. I got him tickets to see Robbie Williams because he's a huge Robbie Williams fan. I also got him Louis Vuitton Imagination aftershave, which he has decided he doesn't like, but I love. So I'm asking him still to wear it selfishly because I really, really love it. I also got him the Ghostbusters car Lego. So he got for his 40th birthday the Home Alone house, and this year he asked for the Ghostbusters car, which is a massive big piece of Lego and will take him ages. So that is what we got each other. We generally do buy gifts at Christmas. I know some people don't, but we generally do, and they go under the tree. We're very traditional. Nothing gets opened until Christmas morning. Everybody comes down the stairs together. The boys open their presents first, then we open ours. I love it. I absolutely love Christmas. We both love Christmas. This year was difficult because he lost his dad in the summer very suddenly, so it was a very difficult time. But generally Christmas it's a fabulous time in our household, and we're very blessed to have the family together during that time. Can we do a closet tour or a tour of your showcase spots, which I imagine is like this and the shelving out in my office? Yes, we can. I have actually tidied in here and out there. If you follow me on TikTok, I put a reel on, I think I put it on my Instagram as well, of what my desk, my dressing table looked like before I started. It was an absolute disgrace. And then I spent 5.5 hours gutting it, and it now looks great. And I ordered some things from Amazon to keep it organised, and it looks so much better. I'm very happy with it. So yes, I can now show you that, and I tidied in here as well. So I will get that done and do an updated handbag room tour because I know that's been requested a lot. Love your channel, thank you very much. Can we please have more dog content because I'm obsessed with Bradley? I will take some b-roll of him and put it in for you. Now, Bradley is such a bear. His nickname is Bear. They're all Shih Tzus. He's very big for a Shih Tzu. He is such a suck. He will literally thinks he's human, and he will sit with you as if he's a human with his arms around your neck. He is such a cuddly dog. He's beautiful. Louis has to have another operation. If you follow me on TikTok, I had put this on there. He had 2 tumours last year that were cancerous. He had an operation and they were taken out, and the cancer was clear. Unfortunately, he has another lump. The vet can't be sure or not if it's a tumour, so he is having to have more surgery very, very soon to get it removed. They did say we could risk it and leave it because they're not sure what it is, but I won't take any risks with his health, and I do think he's healthy enough and the vet agrees to go through the anaesthetic. So he's going to have more surgery, which is going to be awful. I was an absolute basket case during his last surgery. I was hysterical. It was not a fun time. But yes, I will take some footage and put the dogs in because they're adorable. What is on your Christmas present wish list? I really, really loved those Chanel earrings that I did get for Christmas, and I have showed those to you in my what I got for Christmas video. I think those were stunning. And then on my Christmas wish list was things like there's a specific type of fudge that's made in Ireland which I adore, and I wanted the fudge. I also wanted a bag of Quality Street that was only the strawberry and orange creams that most people hate. They're my favourite, so I got a bag of those. So those were the sorts of things on my list, as well as I really, really, really wanted tickets to see Teddy Swims and Rag and Bone Man. I adore both of those artists, and luckily my husband was able to get them. I think he maybe paid a bit over to get them, but I'm really, really excited about those, and those were high up my list. Un bonjour de France, thank you very much. A welcome and hi to you in France as well. Thank you so much for your lovely comment that you have left, and big kisses to you as well. Over in France, I obviously was in Paris with my husband in October. I've been in a bit more of France than just Paris. It's a lovely place to be. Thank you so much for watching and for your lovely words. Christmas Day outfit inspo please. Sorry I'm late with this as well. Do you dress casually or do you dress up? I normally have an internal battle. I want to dress casually because I want to eat my dinner and then literally lounge on the sofa. But I do try to make a bit of an effort on Christmas Day. I will put in what I did wear on Christmas Day. This skirt is fabulous. It's from River Island. It was big enough to conceal what I had eaten, but it looked that it was put together. So I really liked this as an outfit. This worked. What I normally do when we're at home for Christmas, because normally we are here and my mum and family are here. This year was different because my husband's dad had just passed away in July, so we were all with his mum. But normally my mum and I, once we get our Christmas dinner, about an hour later, we get into our pyjamas and in those for the rest of Christmas Day. But it's an internal battle, I think, between dressing up for Christmas and being comfortable. Generally in the morning I try to dress up and make the effort, but I generally get into the comfort as the day goes on. What are your family Christmas traditions? Well, we have 2 young boys, so every Christmas Eve we all wear the same Christmas pyjamas and we get changed into those. The boys get a Christmas Eve box and they open those. We get magic reindeer food and the boys then go outside and sprinkle the reindeer food all over the front garden, and the magic in it attracts the reindeers to come to the house so Santa doesn't miss us. We do that. We then also will have a Christmas movie before they go to bed. We will all watch that together. And then on Christmas morning, nobody is allowed to go downstairs. Whoever wakes up first has to come and get everyone else, and we all go downstairs and we all open our presents together. It's a very family-based Christmas. There's nothing strange or startling or exciting about it, but it is exciting because it's family together enjoying Christmas. And our traditions for Christmas is really just trying to be together as a family as much as possible and enjoying our children while they're still young. We're lucky that they're still at the stage that Santa comes and brings real toys. It's not all online gaming yet. I know that's probably going to come, but it is really fun still seeing them get so excited and playing with their toys, and that's what a lot of our Christmas is about. Are you selling more bags after getting the mini Kelly? I don't plan to sell any at the moment. I am very happy with my collection right now and everything that is here. That being said though, I will continue to monitor how I feel about them throughout the year and how much I'm wearing them. That worked really well for me last year. I ended up selling 13 bags last year, and I can say that to date I still don't regret any of them. Letting them go, I have no seller's remorse. I think all of them so far have proven to be the right decision. But as of right now, I'm really happy with my collection and there's nothing that I am planning to let go. The mini Kelly was completely unexpected, so it did come when I hadn't been thinking about buying another bag. I had already bought quite a few bags between August and December. There are still bags here that you haven't seen, and then when that came, yes, it was a surprise. It was a welcome surprise, but it wasn't planned. So luckily I do keep my money all separate and there was funds to buy it. But at the minute, there's nothing that I'm actively planning on selling. At the minute, I actually love most of my collection. I love my collection actually. And I come in here and they make me happy. And yeah, at the moment, they're all staying. Will you be making another wish at Hermes? And if yes, what will it be? Yes, I have already done so. I made a new wish at Hermes the day that I collected the mini Kelly. The sales associate who I had made my last wish with was saying to me on the day, make sure you make your wish before you leave because this one has now been fulfilled, so you need to get it back into the system. This is my mini Kelly here, which I love and adore, and I think you're all fed up looking at. And then there's the Birkin behind that I bought from a reseller. When I was making the wish, I did not want to be that ungrateful and greedy and say, okay, I want another mini Kelly now, put that down on the wish. I had waited 4.5 years. I know there's so many people waiting for them, and I know that they're so sought after, so I didn't want to be that greedy and say, okay, put another one down right away, when I hadn't even left the store with that one and had the chance to enjoy it. So my wish for Hermes at the moment is a Birkin 25 in a bright colour. I basically just said no neutrals and no pastel colours. A bright, strong colour is what I would love. I also have registered my interest because it's no longer a quota bag here, so it's not really for your wish. But I would also love a Constance in the mini size, the 18 I think it is, again in a bright colour. So both of those have been registered with Hermes as my wish. I have to say that that little mini Kelly has a lot to answer for. That has sparked a love affair for me with Hermes. I have definitely fallen in love with the brand after that mini Kelly. And I know that somebody's going to say that's what they do. They give you your first bag and then they suck you in and then you want to keep buying from them. But I'm really loving Hermes at the moment and I'm having a lot of fun shopping there, and this has been a turning point for me. Am I going on a journey and buying lots of things that I don't want? No, I'm not. Am I going to still buy the things from Hermes that I want? Yes, I am. Am I going to sell all of my other bags, like all of my Chanel and Louis Vuitton, because I just want to buy Hermes now? No, absolutely not. But I do love them, and that little bag has sparked a complete and utter love affair. Gwenny from Styled by Gwenny asks me, what are your Christmas traditions growing up and your traditions you've created with the family? Growing up, we had quite a traditional type background up until my mum and dad separated. So when I was very young, we lived with my mum and dad, myself and my brother, and there wasn't a lot of money. So we would have had Christmas at home, Christmas Eve obviously, then we got up on Christmas morning, so what Santa had brought, and then my dad's mum would come for dinner and we would have had Christmas Day there. And then whenever we moved, whenever they separated, we would have had Christmas Day with my mum, and my mum still made Christmas dinner and sent it down to my dad. We didn't live that far apart for quite a number of years. Christmas then was very much like what I imagine Christmas was like in the 80s and the 90s for a lot of working class families. Our traditions now probably haven't changed all that much, in that we still try to be very family based and family focused. We do all get our Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve. We do open our presents together. We do go to see Santa somewhere every year. We do go to the Christmas market with the boys. We try to do as much with them as possible, and we try to make it very just about them, because the children for us in our family is the magic of Christmas, really. And like when we get our Christmas pajamas on, the dogs get involved and they get dressed up when we do a Christmas photo. Every Christmas Eve my husband tries to set the camera up to get all 4 of us and all 4 dogs in, and everybody looking at the camera. Yeah, he lives in fairyland. He might as well try playing the lottery, but he tries it. Is everybody always looking at the camera? No, but it is there every year. And then my mum generally comes every Christmas Day, but as I say, this year was a bit different because of what had happened in the summer. What is your biggest pet peeve and what is your biggest guilty pleasure? I just wish people would be straight. I have a real pet peeve for, and I just have to accept this because a lot of the time it's the way of the world, but if you have something to say, just say it. Rather than talking behind someone's back or making jokes with jibes or all of that, just say what you have to say and have the courage of your convictions and be straight. I sometimes can be probably told I'm too straight, but I suppose you never have to worry that I'm talking behind your back because I'm quite clear with what I'm thinking. My best friend and family and people that know me well will say that even if I try not to say what I'm thinking, the subtitles that are written all across my face give me away. So I can't really hide what I'm thinking. But I think there's something to be said about just being straight about who you are and what you're thinking and not being behind people's backs. That's definitely a pet peeve. And what is my biggest guilty pleasure? Certainly handbags are a guilty pleasure, I would imagine, given that you get so much judgment for what gets paid, what gets spent on them and how much you pay for them. My husband and I did go through a phase of watching Made in Chelsea, which is a reality TV show, and we both said that was our guilty pleasure because it was reality TV, but we really enjoyed it and it was a way to kind of switch off for a little while. I also like jigsaws. We we haven't had as much time this year, but him and I will do jigsaws together, and we go into the living room and just put music on and no TV or anything, and we chat and talk while we do that, and I think that's quite geeky, but I enjoy it. Stationery is another one of mine, if that's a guilty pleasure. I love stationery. Bit of a stationery geek as well. What is the most thoughtful Christmas gift that you have received and the most random? The pups, the two twins. So we have Louis and Molly, who are both 12, our older two Shih Tzus, and then we have Ginger and Bradley, who our oldest son named. I had no idea they were coming. I'd always wanted more dogs. I would fill this house with dogs, like to the point of ridiculousness. And my husband, a couple of Christmases ago, had left out all of the Christmas presents, and then at the end he said to me there's one more, and it was a photo frame, and when I opened it, it was a picture of Molly and Louis, and it said that our home has paw print, something like that. I'll take a picture of it. And then he had put a picture in of these two little puppies, and I was looking at this going, what am I looking at? And it took a moment to realise that there was two pups in that, and then I couldn't believe that we were getting two pups, because he's more sensible than me, and 4 dogs is a lot of work with 2 young boys and 2 people that work full time. He's more sensible, but then when he told me and it clicked in that we were getting 2 more dogs, that was the most thoughtful gift ever. I adore our dogs. They are just like my children. I absolutely adore them. And the most random, he will also buy me little funny things. So they will mean something to me, but they will seem completely random. He will do that quite a lot. An example of that this year that I got him is a back scratcher, because he always has an itchy back. So he got a back scratcher. We used to have one that I bought him years ago, and our youngest stole it and we don't know where it is. So we would get little random gifts like that will mean things to us, but wouldn't mean anything if anybody else looked at them. They would think, what in the world are you doing? How is your fitness journey going? My fitness journey, I will be honest with you, was more about weight loss, and I know that it's not meant to be. It's meant to be about fitness, and obviously the two go together. But yes, thank you, it is still going well. I have put weight on over, so we had Paris in October, and then we had Tenerife in over Halloween, and then obviously Christmas. So I didn't worry about it too much over that time, and I think I've put about half a stone on. But I will just get back to what I was doing in January, and I know that a lot of that will be water weight and it will come off, but I am carrying about half a stone heavier than I was, maybe even slightly more, but I'm okay with that. Fitness wise, I still feel a lot better. I still have a lot more energy. I'm still able to do a lot. Not that I couldn't do things, but I just feel like it's easier, and I have a lot more energy, and I just feel better with the weight off, and I feel healthier. My health journey with my migraines, I had a very, very bad time in the summer when there was all sorts of crazy things being discussed by the medics of what possibly could be wrong with me. But thankfully I have seen a specialist, and I'm on new medication, and that's helping. And sorting other medical things out, and that's all helping. And yes, so I feel good. I want to get that half stone back off, because I definitely feel better without it. But apart from that, yeah, everything's good. Thank you for asking. 2025 wish list bags and clothing. I have done my wish list video, so I will link that down below for you. But I still want to collect more petite mals. Yeah, I know. As I say, I've put my Hermes wish list in. There is a Fendi First that I really like. There is the Juste un Clou from Cartier. There's quite a bit on there. I have a real cheek for someone that shopped so much in 2024. My wish list should be non-existent for 2025, but it's probably one of the longest ones I've ever had or done. So I will link that video and it'll show you all of that. But yeah, there's stuff on there. What Irish tradition for Christmas is your favourite, and how does it differ from London and Canada? I don't really know that. I've never been to Canada, and I have been to London a lot, but I've never had Christmas there. Our tradition for Christmas as an Irish family really is just that it's very much family based, and I think that's a very, I suppose, worldwide thing, but certainly it's an Irish thing that it's very family focused. And that is what sets our Christmas up, I think. Have you noticed any differences in your luxury shopping experience based on location? Dublin, London, Paris, New York. Are there any brands or categories you hope to explore more in 2025? Brands and categories, probably more jewellery. Now, I don't know if this will be added in 2025 because I did spend a lot in 2024, so it will depend how the year goes, but I am very much loving my fine jewellery. I love this Fred piece that I got. I would like to explore this more, and I would like to get other colours to put on this. They did have a gold ring that I tried in Paris, but they didn't have my size. I definitely want to add a ring for this finger. I just don't know which it is yet or what brand it will be from. So I definitely want to look at more jewellery. Bags, I suppose hermes, and that's, don't want to say that, but as I say, that little Minnie Kelly definitely sparked an hermes love in me, and I've really enjoyed her, and it sparked a renewed appreciation for the brand, I suppose. How have my experiences been across the different cities? Dublin for me is very much like shopping at home. So when I'm in the different stores in Dublin, going into Louis Vuitton, for example, feels like going home. I know the staff so well, I know Anita so well, we have such a good relationship. I enjoy being there. The same as in Chanel. I have great crack in Chanel. I know people in Dior as well. So shopping for me in Dublin is a lot of fun. It's very stress-free and it's just good crack. When I am in London, I am very much aware that it is bigger, and it is, as much as that brings positives because they have so much more stock, it's definitely a bigger place to be and it can be a bit more overwhelming. Although I have to say that I've had great experiences in London with all of the boutiques. Chanel is maybe the one I've shopped the least in London, not the most welcoming I found, and that's different for me than in Dublin because it's just such crack there. So London I do love though. Paris is obviously the home of a lot of the luxury brands, and it has a lot of the flagships. Again, I've had really good experiences in the stores. I know you will get a lot of videos that will give you differing views than this. I did not get an Hermes appointment in Paris. I know some people think that that's kind of a given, but I have applied to that lottery system lots of times and it didn't happen. New York, I loved Fashion File. I find that New York was different for me because there was so much good Preloved. So there was Fashion File and there was What Goes Around Comes Around, and both of those had great stock, things that you wouldn't see. And I know there are vintage stores in Paris, but I think you have to know where to find them, and I didn't know where to find them, not all of them anyway. And I don't know if they have the size of the stock, just with the sheer size of America. What was in New York as Preloved was just, it was amazing, and that was a very different experience and a very costly experience. Would love to hear your top 5 2024 memories. The Maldives absolutely is just, that is going to be one of my top memories forever and ever. It was amazing. Being in Paris with my husband for our 10-year wedding anniversary was a big one, especially whenever his dad had passed. We'd had a difficult time. He did a very difficult time. It was lovely to be away for our anniversary, spending that time together. He'd never been to Paris, so it was also lovely to see Paris as a tourist again and see those things through fresh eyes. I've obviously been to Paris quite a few times shopping because I have an addiction, but that was lovely seeing that through his eyes. 3 would be the boys. These are not in order, obviously, but the boys are just getting to an age. They're 5 and 8. They're so much fun. They're so entertaining. They're so communicative now, and watching them together is just amazing. And seeing them having so much fun and being able to go on holiday and being around the boys at this age. I'm not saying any age is a bad age, but it's such a fun age, and I love their company. They're so good company, and they just come out with things that have me in stitches and giggles, and I adore them. I'm going to put Gran Canaria in there as well. We were there at Easter and it was very relaxed. One of the most relaxed holidays we've had, I think. We had a lovely little fishing village to walk down to. The children had an amazing time. The hotel was well set up for them. We went on a boat trip that my son, my oldest, keeps telling us was his best day ever. That was just, there was a lot in that, just because it was so relaxed, and seeing the boys just so happy. That was a big one for this year. And I know this is probably in my mind because it's so recent, but the Santa experience we went to with the boys this year was magical. It was the best we've ever been to, and our 2 boys were mesmerised. The looks on their faces just was what it was all about. They were so excited. It was the real Santa. They just, oh my goodness, if I could bottle and picture the look that was on their face and the amazement and the wonder and the excitement, that was just Christmas made for me. And number 2, this is from Leslie Adina as well, who also has a fabulous channel. What are you most excited about in 2025? I think after the year that we've had with my father-in-law passing, I am just hoping that it's happy and that we don't have any major losses this year. We're certainly getting to an age where this is something that's more we have to worry about. And I am not going to say anything in particular other than being with people. I think when something like that happens, it really reinforces that for me anyway, the best things is being around your friends and your family. So spending more time with my family. We will go on holidays. Again, we do that every year. We're fortunate enough to do that. Also, there's a Paris trip this year where I will see the handbag tribe again. That's also going to be a highlight. Bestie that you hear me talking about on this channel is 40 this year, so there will definitely be a trip for his birthday, and I'm so excited about that. But being around people and hopefully having not a huge loss is what I'm hoping for and most excited about in 2025. Do you think one day you might participate in the Vlogmas tradition? No, I don't. I absolutely don't. I could not film a video every day. Hats off to people that do. My life is not interesting enough to do Vlogmas. I cannot film my professional life, as we've just talked about. I can't take you to work with me. I cannot show you around that. I will not film my children. My husband doesn't want to be on camera. And so much of my life is either working or with my family. So there would be nothing for me to show you. I think it would get very boring. Also, I still work full time in my business. We have 2 children, we have 4 dogs, we have a family. Hats off to people that do it. I do not have the time to do Vlogmas. I do try to stick to doing the 3 videos a week over December and doing that over the Christmas period, but Vlogmas, no. Step too far for me, and I wouldn't be able to do it. Hi Amelia, if you were offered a non-quota bag at Hermes, would you purchase it? Also wondering how your dad is doing. Well, I hope. Sorry if that was too personal. When will we see Connor Meredith get together again? Firstly, thank you very much, and it's not too personal. I put this out here. If it was too personal, I wouldn't answer it, but I have no difficulty answering personal questions to an extent. My dad passed away in 2018 in his sleep. It was very, very sudden. And my husband's dad passed away also very suddenly in the summer of 2024 last year, which was very, very difficult. Thankfully we are, I'm going to say coming through it. It's not easy. It's very hard. My father-in-law was a huge part of all of our lives. So that's been a thing. But we're still here, and I suppose that's about as good as you can be doing. If I was offered a non-quota bag, would I purchase it? A Constance. I would love a Constance, which is not a quota bag. I don't love a lot of the other bags though, if I'm completely honest with you. Definitely Constance is maybe a quasi answer, because I know in some places it's classed as a quota bag, but that's high up my list. I really, really love the small Constance. And when will we see Connor and Meredith get together again? I have never actually met Connor in person, although I love him. I do hope to see them all together at some point. Meredith I will see, and that includes Dale. Meredith I will see this summer in Paris, all being well and nothing going wrong. That is going to be expensive and it's going to be fabulous and fun, and I will take you along. There'll be lots of vlogs, follow everybody. There was in New York and it was a brilliant time, so I imagine Paris will be as well. I'm very excited about that. What's one of the things that I am very excited about for 2025? I'm sorry for getting to this so late. Life happened, unfortunately, and sickness happened. A lot of these questions were Christmas related, and I'm very sorry that I'm answering them at the start of January, but with what was going on, it was a difficult time to manage all of the sicknesses, etc, etc. I hope that I've answered all of your questions that you've asked me and answered them in a way that you're happy with. As best of my ability, I have done it. Thank you so much for watching this. If there's anything else you would like to know, please do come into the comment box. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. If you've enjoyed this little chit chat in any way, please do give it a thumbs up. It really does help. And if you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.